Hello, fellow readers and gamers! I am back with episode number 10 of Everlasting Summer. So in our last episode, we ran into Zhenya, who is the the camp sort of librarian, who told us that we must come to the library after lunch. And then we ran into the somewhat sexually overt nurse who wants us to come to the medical clinic tonight with Lena and count the medicine. So we're going to see what we're going to do for the rest of the day and see how these things turn out and see how these choices that I've made so far, I think today in this game has had more choices to make than the halfway point of any other day so far. So we'll see how it all works out. I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone, because a cell phone that does not operate whatsoever with no cellular network is a really valuable piece of equipment that you should have in a pioneer camp. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. Well, I guess that's right. But wouldn't the battery be just about dead? I mean, how's he going to charge the thing? Unless he had a charger on him, I guess. But though having a wristwatch is much easier, suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube-based audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who that could be. I should go take a look. Who cares? I better keep on looking for answers. Let's go see who's playing electric guitar. Who could it be? Coming to the stage area, I caught sight of Elisa on the stage. The girl was giving it all. With her eyes closed, she placed one of her legs upon the speaker and was swaying her body with the rhythm of the music. I couldn't recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure that I'd heard it before. Probably something from Soviet rock. I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed really simple, literally just a 3-chord progression. Probably even I could have played it given some time to practice. I wonder where Elisa got her playing skills. In the USSR, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me. It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound in every note, in every bar, in every triplet. Rock heroes of the 80s instantly came to my mind. Many of them were devoted to the music in similar ways. If she got dressed in something more suitable for that period's fashion instead of her pioneer uniform, no one would notice the difference. Her performance was coming to an end. Picking out a last couple of chords, Elisa finally noticed me. Did you like it? She doesn't seem as surprised as I would have expected. Yeah, that was cool. As if you could do any better, smiled Elisa slyly. I'm not saying that I can do it better. I'm not a pro in music. No doubt. Yep. I didn't know what to tell her next and was heading on my way. Wait a minute. What? Heard about the evening dance party? I thought it was a ball. Ball dance party? What's the difference? She frowned. Yes, I did. And so what? Are you going to go? After throwing those words, she turned away. I'm not sure. And you? What am I going to do there? Watch a herd of morons? There was some truth in Elisa's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. It's clear that it's not the idea of a ball that she hates. But why? What do you mean by why? Well, why don't you want to come? Dance parties ought to be fun. Do you really think so? Annoyance flashed in her voice. Oh, I don't know. But I thought that you would... Never liked them, she interrupted me. There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see. So what's your plan then? I asked just to keep the conversation going. I'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song, dumbass! You even heard it! Look at that expression. Elisa had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I will have to run for my life. Who wrote that song? I did. So, you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool. An awkward silence hung in the air. Okay, then. Don't you want to listen? Didn't I just hear it? That's not what I meant, she pouted. The whole song. It's just a jam for now. Ah. Oh, come on, do it then. Not right now. Well, don't do it then. I felt uncertain about what she wanted from me. You mean you don't want me to play? Seems like I frustrated her. I got ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something even worse, but there was only an upset expression on Elisa's face. I want to. I told you. Come here tonight then. I'll play it for you. For me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. You said that you wouldn't go. Actually, I didn't say that. Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with the vetshe was no good either. Olga Dmitrievna won't like it. Screw her! I'm like that crazy look at her. Said Elisa, getting steamed up. Okay, but if I promise to come see her, is that going to interfere with the whole, like, counting medicine thing? Well, I'll say I'll come. Whatever. Between shame at the dance party and Dvichevskaya's mad guitar skills, I'd rather pick the latter. Good boy. She smiled strangely. I was just wondering if the decision I made was a right one, when suddenly I was interrupted by a ringing, calling the pioneers for lunch. I looked towards the canteen. I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp thorn. I turned around with an intent to call Elisa to come along, but she looked so cheerless and down. Every musician should know when it's time to leave, I grumbled under my breath. Who is marching forward in a row? It is our pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the Sovionok camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before, just so I can eat in peace. And for that I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I want it to or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. Olga Dmitrievna was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Semyon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done, truly well done. And the hardest is yet to come. I just bet. The hell's that supposed to mean? Fine, take a seat next to the girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Ulyana, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company. At least, not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway. No, of course not. Please do. Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht. I suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are chickenus domesticus, with fried potatoes, and a traditional glass of compote. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means that there's no use in complaining. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight? I don't know. Though I had already had my arrangements with Elisa. He'll come. He got nowhere to go, Ulyana said happily. You will come, for sure. Of course. I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes, she replied briefly. See, you should go too then, said Slavia as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently, Ilyana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud, but I really had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate even in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret. Will it be a little dress, just like in a kindergartner's matinee? Ilyana turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her. No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you. I wonder what kind of infection are you afraid of catching from me? Enough, you guys, don't quarrel. Idiocy, of course. Looks like Ilyana was highly pleased with her, as she thought, brilliant answer again. You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Two can play at that game. What are you implying? Oh, nothing at all. I looked away slyly. Do you mean that... She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys... Given that it was Lena who interfered, it probably really was time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it. What? You'll finally wise up? Instead of replying, Ilyana grabbed her plate filled with borscht and tipped it over my head. This game met an unexpected finale. Oh, you little... She jumped up and tried to run away. But this time she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. And now what? I can't just smash her head against the table. This pantomime lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Ilyana skillfully grabbed a glass full of Compt and splashed it in my face. That way she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off towards the counter and I chased her. This resulted in several flipped tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries, and full exhaustion of both parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw. With too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. Tell me you won't behave this way again. And you? Olga Dmitrievna snuck up on us from behind. Oh, we in so much trouble. When you think about it, such a riot couldn't go unnoticed. Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was just about to explode. And who's going to clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened. Who, I'm asking you? Who? Him, replied Ilyana with complete confidence. Her! I objected less confidently. Both. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers, although Ilyana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is his fault. He started it first. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not going to sort out all that nonsense. Semyon, go grab a mop, a bucket, some cloths, you know, that kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you, she looked at Ilyana with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for the girl. You! Start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga Dmitrievna took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Suddenly a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure, Olga Dmitrievna has caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, pardon me. Of course, I'm not that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Ilyana, anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there, somehow flashed through my mind. Alright, so am I going to run away or stay and help Ilyana with cleaning up? Well, you know, let's stay and see what happens. Nah, running away is hardly a good idea. For starters, Olga Dmitrievna has caught me already, and dashing off would only aggravate my punishment. As well as that, I was indeed partially guilty. Of course it was all her fault. But if I hadn't reacted like that, probably we could have avoided this thrashing. Probably. I opened the cabinet and took out a broom, a mop, and a dustpan. Olga Dmitrievna wasn't anywhere near Ulyana by the time I returned. She's gone? Can't you see for yourself? Ulyana looked upset. All her youthful spirit vanished without a trace. Okay, hang on a sec. I'll go and wash myself a bit first. I shot her an angry glance and headed towards the exit. I washed the scraps of lunch off myself and returned to the canteen. Well, no escaping it. We have to clean it up. It's all because of you. Just a single gaze from her gave me the creeps. Of course it is. It's me who's guilty of everything. It's me who's a local natural hazard. Oh, shut up. Still, it's kind of strange that she's not trying to avoid this cleanup duty. Ulyana had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow she did the exact opposite, diligently gathering broken plate fragments, mopping the floor, picking up chairs and tables. Well, probably because she got like a tongue lashing from Olga, man. I don't know, man, that Olga Dmitrievna, she does not strike me as being the kind of person you want to cross. In fact, she was so fast that I had a tough time keeping up with her. Well now, aren't you suddenly acting all goody-goody? It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork. She still sounded irritated. Listen, you've got to understand that you can't behave like that. At least not to such an extent. For some reason I decided to try and give her a moral lecture. I haven't done a thing. It was you who was calling me names. Ulyana grabbed a bucket and a mop and went to the furthest corner of the canteen. Looks like she's still angry. Looking back at the mountain of broken tableware, I finally began to understand the scope of the catastrophe. We're lucky that at least the forks and spoons are made of metal. We still have something to eat with, but there are hardly any plates left. Hey! Ulyana called me with a shout. I went over to her. I don't get it. Why do you hate me so much? Whoa! Her face became so serious that I was ready to believe that it wasn't just yet another trick of hers. Why do you think so? I have no idea. That's exactly why I'm asking you. I don't hate you. It's just that sometimes you behave like, well, you know. As simple as that, but still true. Like what? I have no idea. She lifted her gaze to me, boiling with curiosity. Well, for starters, what's the big idea in pouring the compost all over me? You were asking for it, she smiled for the first time since we started cleaning. Yeah, sure. I heaved a deep sigh. So what do you expect from others then? Nothing, she replied acidly. This discussion was over, so I just continued cleaning up in silence. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last, all the broken tableware was gone. Chairs and tables were in their designated places. The floor looked clean. We were sitting together with Ulyana next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deservedly resting. We were sitting together with Ulyana. That makes me sound like I'm sitting with someone as well as Ulyana. Now you see how much effort has to be put in because of a silly trick. But I'm not tired at all, though the sweat pouring down her face told the opposite story. Oh well, good for you. So, what are we going to do next? I don't know about you, but I'd rather go. Nope, that's not all. You have to... She hesitated. To help me with another little thing. Thinking of another silly prank? You bet. She was smiling broadly. I'm not your man here. I'm more than fed up with just one punishment for today. Okay, here's the deal. If you help me now, there won't be any more pranks. Sure, that was an inviting prospect, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to trust Ulyana even for a moment. Well, it wouldn't hurt to ask. So, what is your cunning plan? We're gonna steal the candy. What? I should have expected something like that. Candy is for kids. Soon, the chef will go out to dump the trash. Nobody's gonna see us. Count me out. Ah, whatever. She grunted and turned away. Then I'll do it myself. And I won't allow... I couldn't even finish the sentence as Oleana already jumped over the counter, ran to the cabinet, opened the door, and started rummaging through it. Hey, cut that! It's not like you haven't got enough problems with Olga Dmitrievna. She didn't reply. You won't get away with just cleaning duty for something like that. Oleana closed the cabinet. She held a huge bag of candy in her hands. Ah, you little... Put it back! She stuck out her tongue at me and dashed off through the back door. I couldn't just leave it at that. I darted off in pursuit. Sure, the girl had quite a head start, but I still funneled all my energy into the chase. I won't lose her again. And I'm going to pause it there, and we'll see what happens whether we do actually catch her, and what's happened now, because I spent all afternoon cleaning up the kitchen and missed my going to the library, which means that Zhenya is going to be pretty upset with me, I think. And then there's this whole dance, going to see Elisa play music. Like, wow, I think there's going to be a lot of choices come up in these next couple of hours on day 3. So join me in my next video and you can see how that all pans out. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you can watch all of my future gameplay videos, including also my reviews of light novels. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Until then, bye-bye for now.